Combaticons! I told you to abort! The mission is lost! Who are you to defy me?
I've heard enough of his orders. We need to take control of this ship! Combaticons, combine into Bruticus!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're back again today because now my paint is pretty much dry. I just finished doing the base layer this morning for the Combaticon shelf, and now we're going to be continuing where we left off, or where I left off, because I didn't really stream most of this stuff. I did this kind of off air, some of the work on the mountains here. But did some little bit of browns, a little bit of beige color for the mountains. We're just kind of tidy up this mountain a bit. And then hopefully we get to do some trees. If not, well, no, I don't think we will, because I have to do another wash across it. Or I don't know. We'll see. I'm deciding if I want to do a wash just yet, like a black last wash around it, and then go back ahead and do the trees. But I think it looks good without it. So we'll do our dry brushing first and foremost, and see what we want to do, and then we'll just go from there. So. Just gonna be using some grays to brighten this up just a little bit in a few areas. Just kind of add a little bit extra detail and kind of bring back that add a little bit of a ruggedness to it, I guess. I don't know how to describe these things. All right. Yeah, we're almost done actually. It's just gonna be the mountains and then the trees and all that next. So it's went by a lot faster than I thought it would be. So that's why I kind of had to push the stream to another hour, because I had to wait for the paint to dry here. And the way we kind of do these streams is that we kind of just go until we can't do anything anymore, because otherwise you just be watching me watch paint dry, and it's not really the most exciting thing to watch. So. Well, some people are into that, so yeah, do into that stuff, and that's perfectly fine. But also don't want to spend too much time doing the mountains. Just being very, very simple. Not brushing is all you need sometimes. I just want to bring back the grays just a little bit more. For this one, it's a little bit too much brown, but that's okay. Trying to mute the browns in the back. That's kind of what I'm trying to do here. More a little more realistic, I suppose. Because sometimes you'd see that kind of like a misty sort of effect on mountains. So you wouldn't just like see full color sometimes, you know. But I guess it kind of depends on how far you are and what the weather conditions are. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I'm going. Add a fog gray on top of this, and then I don't think I need a wash. and go about it. We'll go straight into the foliage and maybe the trees and stuff. But actually, I want to do a little bit more line work, but it's kind of I don't know if people needs it. Let's see. You go back a little bit, and then bring in the right and left sides. All right, there's one side, and then we'll do the other side. Okay. Then we'll pull in a different color. Okay. Bring back the backside, and we'll do the fog gray next. Let's add a little bit extra pop. Grab a new paper towel. Yeah, it might be a short stream today, depending on how long it takes for a lot of this to dry. But sometimes it takes a while for like the browns to dry on the tree trunks and all that shit. So, but could just slow it down just a little bit. But yeah, once this is done, actually, I'll be doing another collection overview video. So I usually like to do one. I usually like to do 2 a year. Once during Christmas time, and then once during the summer. It's kind of how I've been doing it for a little while now. So I've been kind of wanting to wait until the Combaticon shelf was done before I do one. So. Okay, that should be it for the back. That's good enough. So the more I think about it, the more I might actually have to do a wash, at least maybe some shadow work on the walls here. If the wash dries early, we'll do a bit more though. I think sometimes it will dry early, sometimes it won't. It kind of depends on how much you put on. You don't really want to mess with the wash too while it's drying either, because it can do more harm than good. Other, not there. But I could just do just like a gray. See, that might dry faster if I do that. You can dry. So a little extra line work there. Do the other side real quick. And this side. Yeah, I think the dry brushing is done now. right, there's my right side. Now I grab the middle. Let's see. Okay. Probably doing way too much detail for these mountains as I should, but whatever. I like painting mountains. What can I say? They're easy. It's really easy to get some cool effects with them. So, yeah. Enough. Okay. Even the cup for now. All right. Just a matter of waiting for paint to dry. See what this guy's doing. Trying to see like the edges of where the shadows would go. Make sure that's all dried up. Yeah, just need to go over this way and then a little bit on that side. That's about it. Maybe do a little bit of work on that, and then I'll probably have to call it a wrap after that, unfortunately, because gotta wait for the wash to dry. So I can't really move the diorama too much, otherwise it'll go everywhere. So we don't want that. We want a nice clean diorama here. Okay. Okay. Careful. Careful, careful. I'll just go over all of it then. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Took that center row really good. Might do a quick dry like thing where I just wipe it down, wipe out the excess, I can continue in with the foliage and all that shit. I like this actually. I like the black. It was kind of nice, like weathered look to it all. So maybe the last thing I do for the mountains. So be careful not to bend over this way into the sky, because then I'll have to go back in and touch that up, or cover it up with some trees. So that's probably what I'll end up doing if I do mess up like that. It will be like all like really jungle-esque almost, like because it's supposed to be an island beach. So all right, show over. I'm gonna wait for the paint to dry. Might have a nice effect to it. Don't get in the sky. Okay, like that. Alone. Let that settle. And so I'll put some paper towel on the sky. That would kind of prevent the water from seeping into the sky. Spray. All right. All right. And that side. I think it's okay. Let's let it sit for a bit, and then if it takes too long for it to dry, I might pull it out, but we'll sit for a bit. Let it dry for a minute. We've got my greens ready. So you got lime green. All right. Just got a bunch of greens you can use. And browns. So let's see. I should have some greens that are for the trees, and then some greens that are for the foliage. Just kind of separate it a bit. Here, I'll go get a different, get some different greens. Might just wipe it down real quick, and then just keep it leveled. But yeah, so let's go through and kind of thin out the water a bit. So let's do that real quick. Just trying to take out those big leave some of the smaller pockets. I might need to do a little bit of touch up on the edges. The right side looks good. Just the left side now. Alright. That off for a bit. So, yeah. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Almost done, actually. Actually, let me show off what we did this morning. We did that on the chair there where the Combaticon shelf is, just waiting for the back wall now. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that, actually, like especially near the end where we got to like put around detailing it with like all those plants and the military vehicles, the grass, all that. You know, it's all, yeah, I think it's turning out pretty well. I think it's turning out pretty good. So I think once you have like the 5 bots in there, I think it'll look really, really sharp. You know, and I have a few extra little accessories I can add to the shelf, like little extra like tidbits of debris from the military vehicles and all that. I could probably toss in there in some areas here and there, but for the most part, this shelf's pretty much almost done. So yeah, so it's just a matter of waiting for all this paint to wash to dry, and then we can go in at our first layer. Well, first what we're going to do is we're going to add a initial layer of foliage to the bottom here, and then we'll bring in some trees, and they'll bring in another layer of foliage to kind of make it look like the trees are kind of in the background a little bit. So just waiting here. Yeah, we'll kind of do a mix of different trees though. We'll do palm trees. We'll do a few. We'll start off with the normal trees, obviously. So, but yeah, not sure how long it's going to take. Might just take a little break, a stream break, and then come back a little bit later if it's going to take a little bit longer. But let's check this guy if I can get this guy going. But I don't want to move this thing here because I don't want to mess up anything. So yeah, it's still drying too. So okay. I think I put the water on a little bit too much on this one. And this one's almost done. Oh, just we got a little more weathered, and all that kind of helps it look more realistic to me, at least. So. But oh yeah, I won't show this on Twitter yet, actually. But over there in the corner there, you can actually see the new Prime shelf, which used to be right behind me. So now it's going to be in the corner, and I'm kind of rethinking the way the room is going to look. You know, once I get this whole like new sort of setup going, so I'm going to be moving all my Lego bins, all my Lego display, all out into the other room, and then that'll kind of make some room in this area actually for some more shelving, maybe. And so originally I was going to put the Technobots there where Prime is now, but I decided maybe I'll do something else for that. And then in the corner, I haven't really done much work on the Decepticon corner, but I think that's going to be where I'm going to make a Megatron shelf right there, I think, if I ever get around to it. Just kind of have those two core characters like as a, you know, as like one like focus of one character, you know, because I don't really do that a whole lot. Because I'm more of into collecting the whole cast rather than just one, like a million of one character. But I think that I can probably get away with it with the Prime and Megatron shelf. So, but yeah, I think that the if I plan the room right, I can probably make this work. I just gotta do it. I just gotta be really careful with the way I do it. So, but yeah, that's what I got going on right now, and still drying. So, this is the worst part of doing dioramas, is waiting for thin dry. But let's see if we can run it through with the towel. Try and dry it off. There's a little bit of paint seeping into the background. No big deal though. I'll just elevate the mountain just a little bit. Fix that. Dry this off as much as possible so I can get to work on it. That should be good enough. Actually, you can probably get started on at least the side walls. I'll try to carefully move that. Okay, there we go. All right, we can try and do some work on these guys. Okay, this one's a little more dry. Yeah, we'll start with this one then. So start off with a base. Let's see. So we want these more vibrant colors as the tree colors, but we also want to have. So we want the foliage to kind of be this more. Yeah, I think that'll be what we use here. There's more muted greens, you know, less vibrant, or I guess more military green almost. And we'll use this guy. Yeah. And this is the left side. So and just cover this in as much as we can. Okay, there's one side ready to go. And back at the side there. Okay. Swap. I should probably turn the camera there. There we go. Ah, got pain in my hand. All that work with that mountains now is going to cover it up, but it's necessary. It's necessary. That's the worst part, though, is all your hard work sometimes gets covered up in the end, but it's all good. It's part of the process. There we go. Fill that in just a bit more, and it doesn't need perfect, obviously, because we'll be adding more and more layers as we go. Different shades, different. Obviously, we got the trees to go in, and then yeah. Let's put the here. Do the same thing to these guys here. Need more points. All right. Go a little bit higher up because there's going to be 3 inches of, or 3 inches of foam going up this way. So, but I'm gonna have a couple different, kind of like this, having a different elevation in the foliage here. Okay. Now we'll grab a lighter green. What the fuck is that? There we go. So we'll do a Spanish olive before we do that. Usually you want kind of 3 different greens. Sounds kind of. I'll do both. I'll do both at the same time. Not really caring if it's not fully dried yet, just because it's got to mix in with it anyway. Just trying to mix it all together because it kind of makes a more more interesting look when it's not fully perfect. And it looks good the way it is. So. also kind of helps speed things up a bit. So that way, not just like waiting for paint to dry. But this might be the last thing we do before we call it. I just have to wait for all this green to dry before I can do the trees and then the last of the foliage, all that. Which I might do off air. We'll see. I might do the trees live, but I might leave the second batch of foliage off air. Oop, let's grab the side actually. Just because it's going to be more of the same as this stuff I'm doing right now. So. And the edge there. All right. Move on to the back wall. It's not really caring if it fully dries yet because I think that looks cool the way it is. So it might as well get it out. It doesn't really affect the outcome of it anyways. Yeah, it kind of speeds things along. So yeah, we'll do this foliage and then people call it a wrap. Then we'll let it dry for a bit, and maybe I'll come back later tonight. Let's see. It's 4 o'clock, so might go live at around maybe 7 or 8 tonight. I'm up for it. We'll see. Or I could just like save it for tomorrow. Do one last stream tomorrow, and then. But I kind of want to do a lot of cleaning tomorrow, so that's only the problem. Want to do a lot of just tidying up because I want to do my collection video this weekend. Get it over with. Not over with. Sounds wrong, but because I don't really have a whole lot of time coming up. I have a lot of trips coming up for my work, so gotta maximize my time. Probably not. I still have a few days off, so it kind of helps. Okay, I'll let that dry, and we'll call it a wrap for now. I'll just keep these guys together. And it looks like it's drying up here. It's almost done, actually. It looks like it is anyway. It's just like the tops. And you kind of, I'll quickly fix that up just a little if I can. I'm going to call it a wrap. I'll just do a quick run through on the mountains, kind of thicken them up. That way I can kind of hide the little splotches there. Or I might just bring some paint out for the green. But yeah, do that. We can do that. Let's see. These little splotches here. Okay. Okay. That does it. At least for now. I'll be back a little bit later tonight, maybe. Just gotta wait for all this to fucking dry, and then we can get back to work. We'll be doing the trees, and then we'll be doing another layer of foliage, and then that should be it. So on that note, I think I'll call it a wrap. Thanks to anyone who was stopping by. I know I saw I was kind of fluctuating a bit, so thank you guys for stopping by, lurking, whatever you guys were doing, and yeah, I'll see you guys probably later tonight. I'll probably go live. There we go. We're back. It's going black screen again. But yeah, that's what we got so far. We got the back wall going. First, same thing on the other side. So I'm not going to show that, but yeah, it's gonna do a variety of different trees. I think do like very bushy trees. Gonna do maybe do a few pine trees, some palm trees. Just kind of add some variety to this one, because I usually just do the same sort of trees on different shelves, but I think we'll do a little bit of we're gonna have a little bit more fun with it. So on that note, I'm gonna call it a wrap here, guys. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later tonight, hopefully.